Hello, everybody.
Happy Monday. It's Mindful Mondays.
Mindful Mondays.
Hey. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us. We hope everybody had a great weekend.
Yes.
It's Mindful Mondays with K Ham Speaks and
Necee.
Oh, yeah.
Come in the room.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
Enjoying yourself, girl.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. We hope you had a good weekend.
Yes.
And thank you for watching us on Mindful Mondays. Don't forget to bring your cup. Make sure you have something in your cup. And tonight's topic, you want to tell Jasmine
what's in your cup tonight, Jasmine, while I tell everyone what's our topic is tonight. And I'll start by saying real quickly what's in my cup. Cranberry juice, no ice.
Hey. Not cranberry juice, no ice.
Yep, straight chaser.
Hey, Pat's Hair Palace.
Hi, Pat's Hair Palace. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Ooh.
So tonight we're going to talk about what questions should you ask while dating? And then at what point in the dating process should you ask what questions? Okay, so be prepared if we get off on tangents. Y'all know how we do. But that's what we're going to start with.
Okay. So
yes, and please like,
share,
comment,
and subscribe on YouTube.
So
for the 3 people in the room, thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe on YouTube.
Check just hit
us
the
out.
like real quick. Just touch it. Like. Just hit it anyway. Just do it anyway.
Thank you. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining us. Okay, boo. So,
Dating. What questions should you ask while dating? What questions are too much? What questions are not enough? Mm-hmm. Hey, Nicole Lyric, thanks for watching.
Hey.
So what questions should you ask while dating, K Ham? What first come to your mind?
Well, what first comes to my mind, of course you want to know the basics. Do you have kids? That's important. Are you married?
Now those sound like first date questions.
Okay, well, yeah. So I'm going to go with first date questions. So when you're getting to know the person.
When you get to know them.
I think you should ask, you want to know about, do they have children, they how they living, you live by yourself,
Oh, do you ask them where they live at? And you ask them, do they have a car?
You observe if they have a car.
So this may be... Okay, so we say first date, but some people don't even take you on a date to get to know you. They're on the telephone nowadays. So these are first date or first telephone-ish type of questions.
Okay, first date.
That's a whole nother topic.
Okay. First date, telephone.
Or telephone, because some people, they'll get your number, right? And before they even ask you on a date, they'll, these are the questions, I guess, that should be asked.
Okay.
Because you may not want to go on a date with them once you know the answer to some of these questions.
True. So, what's one question you would ask? What comes to mind?
The most important question ever. What's your credit score? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even want to know your name. I want to know your credit score first, okay? Drop that down. That's going to determine the nature of this relationship.
Hey, Shanita, we're talking about what questions should you ask while dating? And so K Ham just went over some questions, and I told her, to me, they sounded like first date questions.
Yeah.
Do you have any kids? Do you have a home? Who do you live with? Now, would you be offended if you're on a date with someone, like first date, and they're asking you who you live with? And do you have a car? See?
When you put it back like that, in all fairness, how you ask the question matters. And, don't just be like, well, who you live with? And you got kids? Well, do you have kids is a good question. Do you have kids? I mean, there's no other way to put that.
Because that might be a deal breaker, right?
It may be.
And let you know how far you want to go with them if they have
I don't
kids.
mind those questions. I mean, in good taste, I don't mind those questions. Yeah. I think you want to know. I want to know. So, I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Breon. Thanks for watching. So, we're talking about first date. Drop in the comments. What are some questions you think are important to know when you start dating someone? What questions will you ask? What questions do you think are inappropriate? Right?
Yeah. So, what do you think is inappropriate?
What questions are inappropriate? On a first type of date, I think it would be very inappropriate to ask me, like, what's my favorite way to have sex? Like, how do you like it when you turn into a sexual thing? Because then, of course, that's all you want, right? So why are you asking me that? So anything around sex and stuff will be a turn off to me, and okay, I don't even want to talk to this brother no more.
You know what? That is inappropriate. So that's inappropriate on the first date when you in the first introduction.
Yes, I think. But is it though?
Because I think if somebody asks about sex in the first date, to me, that's all they're trying to do.
Correct.
That's the goal.
So
just trying to hook up, not looking for nothing serious or long term. You know, we do have a few comments here. Going to the comment, Nicole Lyric said, "What is your credit score?" So I guess that's a good question. Nicole Lyric was asked. So she touched and agreed with you. Shanita say, "Hey family, it's been a while. Most certainly it has, but it's good to see ya back in the room all the way from A to A."
Yes.
Pat Sap Palace said, What do you do in your spare time?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Talk about them habits. Yeah, what you do, what you into. That's good to know.
That is a good question.
If what you like to do aligns with what they, if y'all got something in common.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Shanita said, "Do you have a bank account?"
Whoa.
Yeah. I think
seriously though, but if but these are the things with these questions. They are good to ask, but if somebody asks you, it's got to be okay if that's something that you would ask them.
True.
Because if someone come to me and we're dating and they look at me and we sitting across there eating my lobster that they taking me out on a date and stuff, and I like lobster and crab legs. But anyway, if they look over there and say, "Well, do you have a bank account?" I'm be like, "There ain't none of your business." I think, but those are okay. But you know what though? We shouldn't. I feel like we really shouldn't be like that. I think we should ask those questions that we really want to know, because when you get down the line and he find out I don't have one, I need to let him know right now, because if you don't want to keep dealing with me because I don't have no bank account, then you need to stop now, bro. So I'm just tell you the truth.
Than that?
So is anything off limits? What's worse than that?
But if he find out that you don't have one, what's worse than that is if you find out
he ain't got and nigga, and boy, you asked me.
He trying to see what you got. That's what's worse than that.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, Ronza. Hey, Auntie Bay. Thanks for watching. What else? Anything else in the comments?
Religious beliefs. Pat's hair probably said religious belief.
So you should ask that. You know what? Yeah. I was going to say, I've never asked anyone that. It's like you start dating and you like them and it's vibing good, but we don't have these kinds of conversations.
That's true. That's true. Religious beliefs is good. I mean, I think you would find probably now a lot of people may not even know their religious beliefs.
They may not know their religious belief. That's a whole nother thing.
But I think that's definitely a good question to ask. Shanita said, "What's your short-term goals?"
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one. What's your short-term goals? Have you ever asked somebody that?
No. And that's a really good question.
A couple times.
You have? I have not. That's a really good question.
Definitely what's your long term.
What questions have you asked?
Ooh.
That stands out when you get on a date.
You're gonna make me focus for a second. So let me think about that. I don't want to have too much dead silence, but let me think about that. What questions have I asked? Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Who your people? Rihanna saying, "Who your people?" Who your people is? Well, it said who your people, but who your people is? You better get to know who them people. You might find out you date somebody your long distant relative.
Somebody got a house full. I mean, a family full of phobic people, like crazy people.
Crazy. You get down the line, get the day, and be like, "Nah, I did not know he act like this." Yeah, but you would have met the family. You might have seen.
The one your cousin. No.
Never mind. Shanita said, "What are you looking for? Friendship, dating, long term?"
Ooh, that's a really good question, because they may only be looking. But you know what? If somebody is really looking for just a one night stand, will they tell you that? Because you may be down.
Some people made those, and I think the way they may phrase it is, "Listen, I'm not looking for nothing serious."
Yeah, that's how they phrase it.
Yeah, ain't looking for nothing serious.
Pay attention to the clues and how they phrase things, ladies.
Right. Yeah. Amen. Because some women out here with it too.
They are.
Sylvia say, "Do you owe the IRS?"
Oh Lord, you got to go. Can't deal with that.
Do you owe the IRS?
They will not be coming and taking all the money.
At what point in the dating do you ask that question?
Is it the first date?
No, player, you can't ask them people that on the first date.
Man, I think you need to know all this right up front.
On the
Not that I
first
think
date?
about it. Right up front.
I think that's something you slide in like a joke, yeah, because you don't want to owe the IRS, do you?
Well, see, this is the thing. I think you want to know this up front because you don't want to ask them that after you don't fell in love.
Because then you're going to just say, it's okay, baby,
We'll pay it together. Now you're using your emotions and not your head.
Right. We appreciate, listen, I just want to say I appreciate the comment activity. We appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Ranisha said, do you have a job or career?
Ooh.
Do you have a career? And then,
no, so if they say, no, I just got a job.
do you intend to... My question was, do you have a dream career, or are you in it, or you just want to work to make money?
I just trying to get them bags. Ain't that what y'all call it? Them bags.
Get to the bag.
Get them bags.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a fair question. Do you have a job or a career?
That is a very good question.
And I guess it's weird how you gotta ask, do you have a job? But you do gotta ask, do you have a job?
Because some of them don't.
And now that's a first date.
Is that a deal breaker?
That's before you get to the date. You know, when you meet them, hey, I like you, hey, so where do you work?
Yeah.
That's before you get to
I
the
have
date.
had people ask me that. So what do you do? I'm like,
Maybe.
you ask me that for that, cause sometimes I'm offended, but I really shouldn't be. I should just tell them and then say, now what you do?
At what point you've had somebody ask you that you dated? At what point did they ask you that?
After they said hello.
That's fair. That's fair. So what did you do? That's fair.
For real.
Yeah, that's fair because you think about it. If you like going to a network event, you out there. So what do? You know, that's a good first introductory question.
And who was it? I don't want to misquote nobody, but somebody said we need to ask more questions. They said women need to ask more questions, but I just think people need to ask more questions while we're dating or before we get to dating someone. Ask those questions that we find out later on and wish we had asked.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
That's true. Okay, so you asked me what have I asked. I want to ask you, before we end up, what are some questions you now learn are better questions to ask?
Oh, some questions now that I think are better questions to ask, at least for me. A better question to ask is, are you thoughtful? And as Pat said, I think that's a good question. What do you like doing in your spare time?
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
And I like to ask, okay, if you go in a room and you don't know nobody, are you talkative? Do you go out and try to meet people, or are you just stand back and be observant? Because I want to see what their character is. Because I don't want to go out with no loud person, even though I may be loud. I don't like that.
Wait a minute, whoa. You say even though I might be loud, I don't like that. You don't like when nobody you with loud? But you don't care if you loud?
Well, yeah.
That might be.
I'm working on trying to be cool, y'all. I'm working on trying to be cool and calm, like that coolness, but I ain't there yet.
Yeah, but you want him to be there.
Oh yes,
I get that. Jasper said, "What happens when your religious beliefs are different? How do you go after that?"
I think, and maybe I'm just thinking maybe before you got to say, okay, what are deal breakers and what are not, and how much of a different religious belief is it for us? I mean, if it's I'm Baptist and he's Catholic, or I'm Baptist and he gotta sacrifice a sheep every night.
You Baptist, he got to sacrifice a sheep.
That might be too much of a difference.
Yeah. Do you date someone or continue to go into a relationship if y'all go to two separate churches?
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
So you're okay with dating somebody, you go to his church, you go to your church?
I'm okay with that.
Now, at what point do you all have to decide to come to one church, or do you ever?
I don't think you ever have to.
Really?
Yeah. Unless he want to come on over to mine, that's fine. But other than that, we can continue. Because a lot of things, what you start off doing, don't try to change it midstream.
Okay. But
maybe unless the both of you want to.
Yeah. And I know that's not the topic of the night. That's getting into another subject. But does that last? Does that sustain you two going to do two different places to worship when that's an intimate thing?
But I ain't worshiping with him.
Right, you're not.
I'm worshiping with God. And if he feels better worshiping where he worship,
yeah.
Because, I mean, at some point you got to allow them to still be them. You got to allow
True.
some individuality.
True.
You know, we can sleep in the same bed every night, but we ain't got to go to the same church.
We ain't got to go to the same church.
We probably can sleep in separate beds too. I don't know.
Well, that's different. Okay, let's go back to the
sorry.
people.
We digress.
That was different.
Yeah, that was. I'm
okay,
sorry.
let's see here. Jasmine say Trey asked that question. What happens about the religious beliefs? Well, thank you, Trey, for joining us. Pat's Hair Palace. I'm 65. I need to know a lot. Don't have time to waste. I know that's right. What?
Yes,
Get straight to it.
And that's why I think no question. Now that I think about it, I say, oh, some questions may be off limits, but I don't think any question is off limits if that's something that you know you need to know before you move forward. Because as Pat's Hair Palace said, we don't have time to waste. Don't waste my time. Don't waste
Definitely
my time.
don't waste time unless you want your time to be wasted.
I mean, I'd be okay. I'd rather for someone to tell me, look, I just want to hit it, you know, and then to waste my time and doing all this and all that, and then once you hit it, 3 months later, I don't hear from you no more.
So you want them to just straight up for, hey,
Straight
baby,
up
I'm just
tell
looking
me.
to hit it and quit it, and I'm gonna split up out of it.
Because I ain't, like you said, how they put it, I ain't looking for no relation.
I ain't looking for no long time.
Yeah, I ain't looking
I'm
for
just
nothing
looking
long
for
term.
a good
I'm just
time.
trying to have a good time.
That's it.
I read between the lines. I know what you mean.
Okay, and you respect that more?
I do.
I
Yes,
think most
really
people
do.
would. Being straightforward, then, you know, hey, listen, I've had somebody tell me that. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking to, you know,
Okay.
date.
And did you appreciate that? Was that okay?
Because you're not stringing me. You're not wasting my time.
I ain't
Then-
looking for. There are no expectations.
Yep, no expectation. We know we on the same page.
Got it.
Nicole Lyric, have you been hurt from previous relationships?
Ooh, that's deep. I like that one. That tells you. I think too, when people tell you those stories, they're always going to make themselves look like the one that was, you know, victimized or the one that did the right thing. But you got to pay attention to what they're saying, and you can kind of say, okay, this kind of tells me that he doesn't like commitment, you know, or he doesn't like to go to family events or whatever the case may be that you may like.
You know what's important from that? If they have been, have you healed?
Ooh, good
Have
follow
you
up
done your
question.
groundwork?
That's your shadow work.
Have you
Your
been
shadow
grounding
work.
in your life? No. Yeah, have you done your shadow work? You know, have you worked through it? I think that's a real important question.
Yes.
Let me see. Getting back up to the top. Do you know your love language? Also from
That's a
Nicole
very good
Lyric.
question.
That's a good question. Do you know your love language? I definitely like that.
Yes.
Pat's Hair Palace, religious beliefs different long as their beliefs are not extreme and can agree there is a God.
Okay.
Yep. Shanita, how do you handle conflict? That's a good
That's
one.
a very good one,
yeah.
Shanita.
That's a good one, sister. That's
like
a good
that.
one. I like that one. That's a good one. I like that one. Which is kind of similar to what you said. You know, well, no, not really. You said you walk in the room, do you talk? Okay, never mind. Get off of that one. Jack Trey say you know something for real. That's why we out here. Y'all just playing. Thank you for judging. I'm saying thank you, like you said. Are you family oriented?
That's a good one. Don't
Shanita,
try to
also,
don't
are
try
you
to take me
family
from my
oriented?
family. Don't
Hey,
tell
some of y'all
me we
got
can't
these
go to
good
the
dating
family
questions,
Yeah.
though. Nah, don't wait. What? Don't tell me we can't.
Don't tell me I can't go to my family get together. Family was here before you was. They gonna be here when you break my heart. Drop the microphone.
Yeah. How do you deal with somebody that's not family oriented?
Okay, if they're not family oriented, that's their business. I am, and I can deal with them if they can deal with me, and we deal. You let me, and I'm even okay if you don't even want to go to the events. That's fine, but just don't try to stop me from going.
I hear a lot of compromising in you right
you know
now.
what?
You know,
Yes,
you do you, I do me, and meet us where we meet us.
And you know why? Because my thing is, you gotta let people be their individual selves. You really do. And a lot of times we want people to do this or we want them to do that. Let them be them, and then you gotta decide if you can accept them being them. You gotta decide if you can accept me being me. Because what I don't want you to do is try to change me.
Yeah.
That's why.
Accept me for who I am.
And what I am.
And don't try to change.
You can try to
who
help
I
me
am.
to give me constructive criticism to help me improve and be a better me. But don't try to change me. Now, I have some
better
questions if I may.
I'm going to do one more from the
okay,
audience.
go
Ronza said, find out how he treats his mother.
Good question.
Find
Now, I
out
really
how
do
he
believe
treats
if he
his
don't
mother.
like his mama, he ain't gonna be all that good to you. If they don't like their daddy or their mama, the girl, the female, same way, they ain't gonna treat
If
you
they
like
got
a
daddy
king.
issues.
If they got daddy issues,
Make sure they
I
healed and
believe that.
they ain't trying to replace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you said, if they haven't healed.
If they haven't,
So that's why you gotta ask.
And like you
have
say,
healed?
how you treat your mama, that's for real. Because if I think that's real golden. Because
real.
if he love and adore his mother, he can love and adore his wife, his daughter, everybody else. If he can't, it's
Now, I once had asked this person, a very wise soul, what are some relationship questions that I can ask?
Okay.
And I'm going to give my shout out to Nicole Lyric, y'all. So I'm just going to go through and read some questions that she sent me. And I have been using these questions too.
Okay.
You know, like when you get to a dead spot in the conversation.
Yeah.
You don't know what to say. I pull out these questions.
Okay.
So it says, what are your current boundaries? What makes you feel appreciated? What is one thing you learned this week? What is your biggest fear in a relationship? What would make our interactions more meaningful? And what is one thing I can do to better support you? And what kind of intimacy do you want?
Go on, Nicole Lyric.
Yes.
Go, girl. Yes, I like that.
I'll send them to you, Shanita. Yes.
I like that. I like that. That's fine. It was a few I like. Definitely the last one. What type of intimacy do you like? It was one on there. What are your biggest fear? I like that. And then my question after that would be, have you faced it?
You in the
I
follow-up.
want to know. I'm in the follow-up. Because I want to know what kind of, like, when you tell me your fear, because we got them, I want to know, are you a person that faces them head on, or you a person that kind of teeter-totter, because I don't want no teeter-totter.
I don't blame
I'll
you.
teeter-totter, have a teeter-totter as a friend, but to have a teeter-totter as a other, even if I'm a teeter-totter, you can't be no teeter-totter. Opposites
We so
attract.
hypocritical.
No, that's the opposite, you know.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
The yin
We
and
can
the
look at it
yang,
that way.
you know, the yin and the
The yin and the
yang.
yang.
Those were some good. What have you used any of those questions?
I absolutely have.
What do you have a go-to out of that list?
My go-to, yes, I do. Let me
what's
see
your
again.
go-to?
My go-to out of this list is, I like to use the one, what is something you've learned this week? Because it kind of makes it current, and I get to hear what they tell me.
Okay.
Like, and by hearing that, I know what's important to them. Because they're probably going to start talking about something that's important to them. And then if I'm trying to impress them, I'll act like I'm interested in stuff. And then I remember that and I bring it up again. So you remember you were telling me about so-and-so. How did that work out for you? Like that.
You saying that makes me think when you say, then what do you say? I'm interested in it. And what do you say?
I act like I'm interested.
I act like I'm interested in it. That reminds me of, probably a side note, whatever. Somebody was telling me about an Erykah Badu interview. And the interviewer asked Erykah Badu, you have all these men that's so crazy about you and they always have a hard time leaving you. What is it that you do? I listen.
See? That's good. That is good.
Y'all, that's game
good.
right there. That's free game from
that's
Miss Erykah
free game.
Badu, y'all. That's free game. That's free game.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's good, but that made me think, like, we ask the questions and that allows you, because people like to hear about themselves.
They do. They like you to listen to them and be interested in what they're saying.
Yep. So when you dating somebody, if you appear to be that one.
Now, sometimes you might actually be interested. That's
True.
okay, too.
True. Yeah, I mean, if you are, but you can also pretend.
If you like them enough. Look, if you
Nah,
don't like
like
them, you'll be like, you don't even ask the question. You do like this.
Oh, that is so rude.
Isn't that rude? Anybody ever do? I mean, they ready to go.
Or they
They're
be
not
like this.
interested
Oh,
in
they
you.
be
Or
like,
if they pick up that phone.
they don't even look up.
Oh,
They don't even look up. They just.
I know.
And you like, did I talk? Am I talking?
Check, please. If you're on a date. If it's on the phone, you just hang up, I guess.
Breon said, taking notes for next date and relationship. Okay, I'm trying trying to tell
why
you.
we here.
Yes. So listen, okay.
Now, and I'll just end it on this one last thing,
Tell
at
me.
least my last comments. And I kind of don't have the quote up, the quote right, but look it up on Facebook. Because Steve Harvey say a lot of times when we date, we tell men too much information. We tell them exactly what we want. I want you to bring me flowers. I want you to open and close my door for me. I mean, we get real specific. He said, but we need to let them know our, not exactly what we want, but let them know what our values are. You know, I want a man that is thoughtful.
Okay.
Things like that. I want a man that, whatever the other questions he said, but it was good. So look it up.
Look it up.
Look up Steve Harvey. He give out some good nuggets. I like Steve.
So don't offer up too much when you're
Right.
dating. Save some.
Because they do what I just said. They'll use it to get what they want from you because they know what you like. If you say bring me flowers every day, okay, they bring you flowers till they get the cookie, and now that they got the cookie, you ain't getting no more flowers because they just use that information because you said too much.
Right. Talk too much.
You talk too much.
I do. I like that because it's making them work for something. I'm a firm believer.
Make them
that
work for it.
The harder you work, the more you value.
Make them work for it.
You know, because you
work.
had to work hard for that. I learned a lot tonight. Great takeaway.
Tonight was great. Thank you for all of the comment participation. As
Yes,
K Ham
y'all.
said, that was wonderful, y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. Helps the conversation be interesting. I learned a lot from y'all. Thank y'all. That's my great takeaway. Good questions to ask. So I'm going to pin this video for myself to go back to. But as always, we appreciate y'all for joining us.
And I'll drop those list of questions from Nicole Lyric in the comments, but I'm going to send them to you, especially Shanita, because you asked.
Aww. Love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Please like,
share,
and subscribe on YouTube.
and comment.
Okay,
right now, on
us
3.
And love us, talk about us to the people
on 3,
you care
everybody
about.
hit like. Just hit it. Don't even take a second. 1, 2, 3. Like. You didn't do it. See? I told you to hit it.
We appreciate y'all. Until next time, K Ham and
Necee.
I holla.